All right, we're live. 14 minutes and 22 seconds. No, I don't know. It's 5:29. It's close enough. Welcome, Riddell Sports Network. My name is Dan. This is Dare.
R.I.P. Georgie from It.
Oh, I thought he was going to steal your thing.
Damn.
Oh, yeah, I watched It the other day. So.
And Dave?
Prayers go out to the Brett Gardner family on the death of their 14-year-old son. I'm not going to go on to the George because George is on our thing. I thought that was bad. Her 14-year-old kid. They went to Mexico or something. He got sick and came home and died in his sleep.
I mean, that's horrible.
Sad. 14 years old. Would you want me to talk about George?
No, I thought since he said George, I thought you were going to hit George right quick.
No, I didn't do that.
I tried
it's
to
our first
undercut
thing.
him and he didn't do it.
Yeah, no, we got to throw the Guardian.
And hopefully we don't get copyright.
I'm sorry. What happened? His 14-year-old son died?
Yeah, they went to Mexico.
Didn't the whole
or
family
somewhere.
get sick or something? But he's the only one that.
Not sure. I know they still don't know what actually happened. He went. He went peacefully though. He went in his sleep. Before 14 years old. That's crazy.
Yeah, scary. You heard it here first. Don't go to Mexico.
And rip to Big George.
Yeah.
I'll lead you in now. I had to throw the Guardian there.
Yeah, I read that earlier this week, and it just sad. All right. Rest in peace, George Foreman dies at 76. One of the greatest heavyweight boxers of all time.
Absolutely.
I didn't see much of him until because like my age timeline, he was retired for a little while, then he came back.
We caught him when he was bigger George, not when he was Diesel George.
Now when he was little Diesel with the fro George.
Yeah.
We just
we caught him with these his grill, right?
Yeah, Foreman Grill. There's
So,
17 kids with the same name.
Yeah.
So like 55 million or something.
You know, I thought that was just like an ego thing for him. This guy I work with, him and all his brothers have the same first and last name, and they all go by their middle
That
name.
had to be annoying growing up in the house. Oh, they went by their middle name. Okay.
Yeah. How stupid.
Oldest heavyweight champion of all time.
Yeah.
45, was it? Bernard's the oldest champion in general.
Just
think he was
knocking dudes out
like
at 60 or whatever.
something. Yeah, sad news.
This is kind of, for me, it's just like 76 is young to me, but when you get up there, it's like, yeah, bro lived a good life. You can't ask for much more, right?
Yeah.
Maybe another decade, you could ask for that.
Yeah,
but
10 would be good.
yeah.
Don't nobody want to be around till you can't move and shit like that.
What about Stephen Hawking? Too soon? All right. Oh my God, look at 21. She's got to be, what, 13?
That's Brandon. Knees already all tore up. Embiid.
This poor girl, damn. She's probably 5'1", like a $110.
Yeah.
She's already got knee problems.
Crazy.
Unbelievable.
I take it her left knee's worse than her right. That one she bought from Rite Aid on the way over.
Yeah. It's maybe the left knee happened and she's like, let's not have it happen to the right. But there was an incident at a high school basketball, and we'll get to Darren in a second because he's the only one here with daughters. He's got like 15 of them to choose from. So, high school basketball coach, apparently there were some words said to him, but he pulls on the back of this girl's ponytail, like yelling at her on the sideline. So this is high school. And if it's me, maybe I'm just old now, but these can't be high school seniors, right? These got to be like young. Like this has to be like freshman or JV.
Sophomore,
Yeah, JV. Yeah, it seems like JV.
But what are your thoughts, Dave? And then we'll throw it to Dare for the father advice.
I mean, you can look at it two ways. You know what I mean? It all depends. I mean, I had relationship with my coaches where if they would have did something like that to me, it wouldn't have really bothered me or my parents. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I guess it all depends on the relationship. He is old school. You can tell he's an old, probably 70. So he grew up old school. Yeah.
Right.
And I mean, being a female, I guess, don't be pulling on her hair.
If this was a 70-year-old woman coaching and she did the same thing, would everyone be upset?
I don't know. See, it's hard.
Maybe
I don't know with
different.
girls. It's hard. Like we talked about earlier, the dudes is different. I mean, our coach would cup check you. He wouldn't even check
Yeah.
I mean, he wouldn't even ask if you had one. He grabbed the bat and he tapped your junk.
Yeah.
If you didn't have it on, you were hitting the junk.
So let's say he didn't have a bat. Would he use his hand?
No. If he used his hand, we have problems.
So what's the equivalent for a men's sport for yanking on someone's ponytail?
Face mask.
No, in basketball.
Grabbing him by the shirt.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
because
I don't know.
he didn't yank. He gave a little tug. Yeah, it's not like he ragged her. He just yanked it to get her attention. Like he just tugged it. Yank and tug is two different things.
Yeah, it is.
When I'm mad at my wife, she didn't make dinner, I'd yank her by her.
Would you tug it or would you yank
I would tug it.
All right.
Next time, do better.
Yeah.
A rub and tug?
You get a tug the first few times and then.
Yeah.
So what would you do if this was your oldest daughter's probably around this age?
I would absolutely get in this coach's face. I'd probably shove him.
But
you out of your
what
mind?
if it was a coach that you've known for, say he coached them the last 4 years, you've been over to this dude's house and had dinner, he'd sack tap you when he walked by, you know what I mean? You know this dude. That's what I want to know.
What's with the
because that would show you're close, you know what I mean?
Yeah. You're doing the Dodgers dick bump together every time you see
But yeah, that's how you'd have to look at it. But
you got to get low because his balls are so far down.
If I knew him, I wouldn't swing on him. If I didn't know him like that, then I'd probably swing on him.
Yeah,
But
I'd get up in him and be like, bro, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like,
that's just like me doing that to one of your kids or something. You'd be like,
but if you were coaching them, I wouldn't say nothing because I see what you were doing. You know what I mean? I see. She just told you to go F yourself or something. And you know what I mean? It's not
get up in his face, be like, what'd she say to you?
Yeah, and it's not like he tried to snap her down on the ground. He just tugged her like, yo, look at me while you're talking. You know what I mean? You just want to say that. Now you want to turn your head.
Let me ask you one more question. If this exact same thing happened with the same cast and crew happened in 2001, would anyone be saying anything?
Probably not much.
No, they used to have to earn your water.
Yeah.
It's crazy how they used to torture kids. Like, you have to run these laps. You have to do this.
Yeah,
exercise.
we had doubles for football, and dudes would be passing out on the ground.
Nope, you got to earn your water.
Heat stroke started.
In high school, we would pray when we were trying out for baseball. We would pray that it wasn't raining. Because you know what we did? For about 2 hours, we ran the halls. That's all we did. We ran up and down the halls.
Oh, my God.
We do infield practice in the gym, and then we run the halls.
Oh, no.
So we'd pray that it wasn't raining. And we'd be ready to throw up.
That's the difference, I guess, for us. We would just have to run the same hills in the rain. So it would be, it sucked. But I've had coaches come up, slap me on the helmet. Oh, I just hit myself, my teeth clanked. I wonder if that plays back, if you can hear my teeth clank together. He'll slap you on the helmet, be like, what the F are you doing? That kind of stuff. But I think just it looks bad. I think that's the biggest part. But he did get fired. Justified?
Rightfully so. Absolutely.
Yeah. You think?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what's he really got to this is probably his life. Like when a guy who works his whole life gets fired or retires, he'll just die.
Yeah.
It'll probably be this dude.
Yeah.
Question is, what's he doing when he's not in front of the parents and everything to these kids?
True. That's what I mean. That's how you gotta look at it to see what their
probably the same
was
thing.
Yeah.
Because if he was afraid to do it,
he wouldn't have. But he's so comfortable with it.
And then practice, they're probably in practice, and he's done it to her before, and she laughed it off and walked away. You know what I mean? Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, if she told him
44 is thick.
Yeah. She's the only one with normal size shorts on. 44.
Yeah.
Jesus, I feel bad for 21, man. That's messed up. Double knee braces.
Oh my God! I just seen that.
Awful. I don't think I can show this, but Wyatt Hendrickson upsets Olympic medalist Gable Steveson to win the national championship. Now, I watched this whole thing, and I don't really understand wrestling. Not professional wrestling, but this, because the scoring, I'm like, what just... You know how they get in the prone position or whatever, like you're about to ride the guy or something? You can, if you defend it and escape, you get a point, and then if you take the guy down, you get 3. with like 20 seconds left, Hendrickson scores 3, go up by 1, and they're both wiped. So you knew from there the whole crowd was going nuts. Apparently, based on people who know this better than I do, it is the biggest college upset. Well, people like to throw the of all time around very easily, so I don't know how true that is, but apparently this is one for the ages.
Some big boys.
Yeah, it's the heavyweight division, so yeah, I don't know if maybe we'll see this guy in WWE or something in a few years. But they tried it with the other dude, and he was not very good or interesting. But any thoughts on this as a whole? Or
no, congrats to him. That's good.
People were mad because he got up and saluted Trump with his American flag on, because Trump showed up and they were cheering him and stuff. The crowd was. So what a bastard, saluting the president. How dare you? You better not be driving a Tesla.
It's gone out of control. God.
You know what's the weirdest? I don't want to get into a whole thing, but the weirdest thing is the people who were buying Teslas are the same people who are now burning them. Isn't that weird?
It's very strange.
Gable Stevenson's the guy, discusses possible MMA future. There you go. WWE doesn't work out. CM Punk, go to MMA, see how that goes. But wrestlers usually do very well in MMA. Do you imagine Prime Kurt with some UFC training?
Oh, yeah.
Good Lord. So, apparently, also, Hendrickson walked out with a USA flag on, and Gable Steveson was up in his face before the match started. Apparently, you're not supposed to wear the USA flag until you win a medal. Well, now he did.
Yeah,
so
now I can wear it.
Yeah. I mean, congratulations. All right, let's talk some March Med. Here we go. So we have the the Sweet 16 starts. Is that tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah, it starts tomorrow.
Yeah.
Auburn, Michigan, Ole Miss, Michigan State, Florida, Maryland, Texas Tech, Arkansas, Kentucky, Tennessee, chalk on this in this region, Midwest. Houston, Purdue, BYU, Alabama, and Duke, Arizona. So I know Dave watched every single game. So
yeah, pretty
what
much.
Was your?
I mean, Duke's obviously a clear favorite, but the Ole Miss, Iowa State. During the year, I watched Iowa State a few times, and they had a really solid team, and Ole Miss just waxed them. I mean, just straight waxed them. And there was a few other games that were really good, close games. And
what was that one? It was Maryland and crap. Was it Colorado State?
Yeah, that was a really good game.
Yeah,
that buzzer beater at the end.
Colorado State
they went up late.
Most of the game. Yeah,
everyone was saying it was a travel on that.
It wasn't.
It really wasn't.
In today's basketball, that 100% wasn't.
It was way too close. But people were mad. I mean, I'd be mad if that was my team.
Yeah.
On a maybe travel.
Yeah, Wisconsin on the upset was pretty surprising. I believe they're the ones that protested. BYU dunked after the game, and they protested because it's actually a technical if you dunk after the game. So the technical would have given Wisconsin the ball back.
Oh, that's wild.
And would have gave them their 2 shots.
Oh, no.
So they protested the game. I think because the game ended, that they can't do anything about it, but technically it is a technical foul because the dude did a windmill and threw it off the backboard and dunked.
So if it was the end of the third, then that would have been a technical. Yeah. But end of the game, that's
yeah,
you can go
corny on Wisconsin,
and then it is, and then I don't see how it wasn't a technical. The dude's running down the court for BYU before he did that dunk, and half the fans and the benches on the floor.
Yeah,
how is that not a technical?
True.
You know, and that's crazy. I'm a little salty because I had Wisconsin on my parlay, so I'm a little salty.
But you got to admit, it is corny for them.
It is. You lost. Get over it.
I know it's a real stretch, but my final 2 teams for my bracket are still in. The brackets
Florida
were destroyed. Yeah.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I mean, it looks good. Florida had a couple tight games there, but one tight game and then 16. But
going to be some good games. The ones coming up are going to be really good. Duke should handle Arizona. Arizona was really good during the season, but they've had some hiccups. Michigan, if they can stop turning the ball over. Same thing with Florida. If Florida stop, they can take care of the ball. Florida is going to be dangerous, but they just can't take care of the ball.
Yeah, and I mean, this is, if you just love sports in general, last weekend is the best weekend of the year. You know what I mean? Because you could just chill.
Yeah.
But who do you like? Obviously, you say Duke out of the East. Who do you like out of each? I mean, I agree with you on Duke.
Yeah.
Midwest, who you got coming out of there?
Well, mine, I had Florida. Houston. Houston's really good. Houston can mess with Duke. They got some big boys. They got some shooters, and they can definitely mess with Duke. And then I had Michigan,
Florida, Houston, Duke.
Yeah.
Bad. But yeah, I mean, it's been fun so far.
Yeah, definitely. I love this time of year. I can watch any one of these games.
Yeah, that the moment after the Super Bowl ends until March Madness starts is like the most boring sports time. But this is. I think we had a question on this. So, Wisconsin appeals lost to BYU. That was what you said. And Duke is the heavy favorite. Do you see anyone messing with them? Or
the only one I think might be Houston. Houston can they can bang with them, but the way they're playing right now, I mean, even their 2-3 on Duke is just, can't think of the dude's name. Taylor, I believe his name is. Can't think of his name, but he's pretty filthy too.
Let's see if.
Usually the obvious team doesn't win, though. Seems like
this one, though, is just mobbing people right now.
It's head and shoulder. Yeah, they're blowing people out.
It shouldn't, but
well, here's the problem, right? Is that now that the bigger schools are paying the players, you're gonna get a lot fewer VCUs and what's the other famous one that?
See, there's a lot of tops still left, and usually it doesn't go like that. Somebody got dropped, you know what I mean? And this year, all the ones and pretty much twos and stuff are there.
Are you talking about Foster?
I can't think of his name. I want to say his first name's Taylor. Oh, right down there.
Proctor?
Yep, Proctor.
Usually,
he's really good.
Usually, you got a 12 seed or one of those, but 11 through 16, they're all going.
I think 10 is the highest.
It is, 10.
But I think you're going to see a lot more of this in the future because how Duke's going to be able to pay Cooper Flagg $4.8 million this year is Mississippi State. Probably not. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because they get all their donors.
That's what I've always had a problem with college sports in general. I've said it before. It's just so unfair that we'll say somebody like Duke can have 4 dudes that are going to the NBA. And our team, Syracuse, has none. You know what I mean? So how are they in the same ACC? How are they supposed to compete? It's not possible. It's just not.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to get raked by 30. You know what I mean? It's
like you kept it without getting doubled up. And it's a success.
Yeah, it just sucks. I don't know.
You said raked.
Yeah.
Okay.
No P.
Both are interchangeable though.
Yeah.
Same thing. It's just so weird that they went from not paying them anything allegedly, sorry, to $4.8 million. I get that he's the top guy, but to go to college and play, would you jump to the NBA?
Oh, why would you?
He'd make about 13.
Unless you're a Cooper Flagg, I don't think.
No, I'm saying if you are Cooper Flagg, would you jump to the NBA?
I would.
From $4.8 million to be the king of.
Wait, what team am I going to?
Yeah,
you don't know yet.
Well, you're going to the crappiest team. You're going to the Wizards.
Oh,
yeah. Why wouldn't you stay for another 4.8? You have $9 million. So if your NBA career doesn't work out, then
conspiracy theory: Cooper Flagg will be drafted number 1 overall by the Las Vegas Mavericks in the 2025 draft. Conspiracy theory.
2025?
Yeah, isn't that this year?
Yeah, not
Oh,
20.
because I was thinking maybe
He's
next
gonna
year
be going to
they'd have
Washington.
to tank pretty hard, get a better shot.
Well, that was
they're gonna.
I got that in
We'll
there.
get to that. Yeah.
Because they're
like 3%
four wins away from being like bottom 3 or 4.
Yep.
I think they got a 3% chance right now or something.
Not to get 1, but I'm saying if they lose 4, if they go down 4 out of their next 10, they can. Yeah.
What
they
better
can get a top
way
3
to get your new Las Vegas fan base to buy tickets to draft the top?
And I think
guy
that
in
NBA
college.
crap's garbage, anyways. How do you not give the worst team in the NBA the best pick? How is that possible? Now they're going to be junk again next year.
Yeah, now they try and do it to where teams aren't tanking, but they're tanking anyways. So it's not working. It's real dumb. You know what's weird is I was just talking to my buddy about Juju, and the next day, tears their ACL. So WNBA season starts like soon, right? Mm-hmm. Isn't it like they play because it doesn't sit with the.
It just finishes. I mean, as soon as NBA finishes, I believe
it starts, right?
Yeah.
So she's gonna miss probably the first year.
Mm-hmm. She's still young, though, I believe. I believe she's only a sophomore.
Yeah. Oh, so you think she'll...
Yeah, now that happened, maybe.
Does she make probably 50 times more in college than she would in WNBA?
Probably. I put this in there because we were just talking about, do you continue to play when you know you're getting drafted 1 or 2? It's either going to be her or Paige Becker's 1 and 2.
Yeah.
But do you continue to play for stuff like this? Now, what if her knee's never the same? Now you ruin your $70,000 a year.
And now if you're whatever the worst WNBA team is, the Saskatchewan,
she might be playing with Angel Reese. Angel Reese ain't far off from being the worst team on there.
Really?
Yeah, they're at the bottom.
I thought she was good.
No.
Oh, I didn't think. Yeah, that sucks. She'll miss the first year unless she stays in college, but I wouldn't if I was her. Someone's going to draft her.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Even though she'd be out. You know what could work in her benefit? She's drafted to the worst team, sits out for the year so she doesn't have to deal with being on the worst team, and then they get the first pick again next year.
Yeah, you got 2 1s.
Could 76ers it real quick.
Yeah.
All right. Bucks star Damian Lillard out and definitely blood clot.
Yeah, this sucks because not that the Bucks were really a contender for the championship, but Dame going to the Bucks with Giannis, you thought, oh, they're going to the championship. They're going to be something. I think Lillard's 36 now. He ain't getting any younger. Old? Yeah, he ain't getting any younger. And for him to get this injury, I don't even know where this takes him.
And how are these guys getting blood clots was my question. That's why I put this in there. Where do they come from? An injury?
Vaccines.
Yeah. Does it come from a previous injury and then it turns into a clot? Is that what it does?
We never heard about this until the vaccine stuff, though.
Yeah, true.
So, I mean, honestly, it could be the vaccine.
Because he's been suffering from a calf strain and then got a blood clot.
Okay, that's what it is. It's from an injury. An injury will do that.
Oh, why do they keep putting these up? We're going to get copyright stricken because of some bullshit in the bottom corner. It's been frustrating, obviously. Yeah, I mean, it sucks, but I mean, what's his timeline?
It's April 13th. But I mean, McCaffrey said he was going to be back in 2 weeks, and look how that turned out.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is the current situation for Bucks? They're in the top seed. 5. I mean, you'd have to really fall off not to make the playoffs.
Yeah, they'll make playoffs. They're not really a championship contending team.
Yeah.
With Damian Lillard, do you take him over the Pacers in the first round?
Yes.
Pacers have been sneaky as hell, though. They've been winning some games that they shouldn't be winning.
Yeah, you're probably Wizards, Hornets for Cooper Flag.
Yeah. Might be able to sneak and go to Philly.
Let's see where these bums are. Yeah, they're out of the playoff picture. Below the Suns.
That's interesting. Spurs are down there. Embiid went on. That's interesting.
I don't
We're gonna get
ever
a
want to
good pick.
hear anyone complain about a sub 500 team making the NFL playoffs again. Ever. Like you got multiple sub 500 teams making the playoffs.
What is legit the number? Is it 4 per conference that doesn't make the playoffs? What is
5.
5?
Yeah, 5.
Yeah.
So 10 teams.
Well,
out of 30.
I mean, technically you
30
have
teams?
8, right?
66% of teams make the playoffs.
Technically, the
Unbelievable.
playoffs itself is 8, right?
Yeah.
That aren't making it.
Yeah. Well, you have a shot to get in there from the play-in. What is play-in? Best out of 3, or is it just one off?
I have no
I'm not
idea.
sure.
Yeah, I can't remember.
OKC still down 60-12. With
Jesus.
what? 10 games left? That's
Yeah,
it?
There's
Yeah.
about 10 games, yeah.
All right. White. Is that real? That hair? Wasn't he always bald? What am I thinking of?
No, he had hair.
He had
it
like
was
a
just
crew
short.
cut or
Yeah, like a
something, right?
brush, yeah.
Yeah, don't call him Superman around Shaq. I wouldn't call either of them Superman, but whatever. Inducted into the Orlando Magic Hall of Fame.
Deserving. I think this is good. He definitely deserves it. And I don't have any stats offhand, but I'm sure he's up there in a lot of stats.
That was prime Dwight Howard when he was in Orlando.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean,
where he turned out to be a
took
weirdo.
He took him to the finals. That was, and then he moved to, where did he go from Orlando?
Houston?
It might be Houston.
feel
Yeah,
like
I
it's
think you're
Houston,
right.
But yeah, well, after he left Orlando, he wasn't the same.
I want to say it's Houston. Oh, he went to Lull for 1 year, and then Houston, Atlanta, Charlotte, Washington, Lull again, then Philly, then Lull for a third time. He played 9 games in 2018. Jesus.
And he went overseas for a little bit.
3-time Defensive Player of the Year, Rookie of the Year in 2004. Never won the MVP, got as close as second in 2010-2011. So, is he a NBA Hall of Famer?
Got me on the borderline. He's got to be right there.
Yeah, he should be in talks for. I don't know if he makes it.
For you, and Dare, will start with you. What is a Hall of Famer to you? Is it purely stats, or is it like, is there some sort of aura, mystique, importance to the game? Like, what's
I think the awards, championships definitely play a part.
why do championships matter? NBA, it matters more than the other sports.
Yeah,
but
if you bring your team to a championship, it absolutely should be in the Hall of Fame. Because you win the championship kind of
I was
thing.
going to say, because there's dudes out there that you never even heard of that have rings.
Because
Robert Horry has like 6, doesn't he?
He said
Horry
the
was
same
good.
thing. I think he's got like 9.
I'm saying you got
does he?
that. You got that random dude that probably never stepped on the court or stepped on a football field that has a ring. You know what I mean? That dude you never even heard of.
Ready for this? Josh Rosen, one of the worst quarterbacks of all time, has a Super Bowl
Yeah,
ring
see?
with Tampa Bay.
Yeah, it's not like that. You're just on the
Dan
team.
Marino, no. Josh Rosen, yes, for Hall of Fame.
No. Absolutely. Well, he's got like scoring titles and whatnot. It's
Yeah.
great. Yeah.
I feel like them getting into the Hall of Fame got looser, didn't it? Isn't there a lot of people in there with like, you're like,
Yeah.
Now if it's the Hall of Fame, why do you want to have so many people in there? Shouldn't it be the greatest of the greats, not a dude that you're like, oh, he had 300 career home runs, blah, blah, blah. No, it should be the best that ever played the game.
Poor Charlotte Bobcats. Got the 2nd overall pick and took a Mecca Okafor that same season. Yeah, I don't know. I just... it sucks because he's like on the borderline. I think he'll get in, which I think is deserving, but is he one of those guys that if you wrote a book on the NBA that you would mention?
No.
Probably not. That's like the Eli Manning thing, right? The story of the NFL has to include Eli Manning because of those 2 Super Bowls. But is he a Hall of Famer? Like, he's borderline. Did he win like a garbage championship at all, this guy?
He might have been on the bubble with
was
he on the Lakers in the bubble season?
19-20.
Yeah, 2020. That's when Lakers won.
But it was 20-21, wasn't it?
I think you're right. Yeah, 2021. I don't know.
Well, it would say over there if he had a championship.
Who do you
right?
think's more deserving of Hall of Fame, him or Chris Paul? That's a good one, because he doesn't have a championship.
Yeah,
either.
you'd have to dig into the stats on that. I'm sure probably if he got
I would say Chris Paul's probably top 3 in assists all time.
He's got
Career 1,242 games, 15.7 points, 11.8 rebounds.
Because Chris Paul, he's more consistent. He was good for longer.
And
Dwight
he's
Howard,
still good. You know what I mean? He's still doing his thing.
Dwight Howard kind of was good in the beginning of his career and then kind of fell off.
Cat's holding me down, baby.
All right. Karl Anthony Towns and Josh Hart, whoever that happens to be, the first Knicks duo ever with triple doubles in the same game. I thought it was the first duo ever.
That's what I thought it was. I thought it was the first ever. That's why I put it in there. I'm like, damn, that's crazy.
Thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, I like how Cat fit in, and I think it's pretty cool. Cat's holding me down pretty good in fantasy, so I'm digging that.
So 26, 12, and 11, 16, 12, and 11. I mean, is there any better way to show that your team's moving the rock around? Like,
yeah.
What the hell's OG?
OG and a newbie.
Oh. Okay.
Got 35.
Well, they're doing everyone else. That's his last name. That's his nickname, or that's his initials, and that's not his initials. Or his first name O. His middle name's G.
Must be.
Like LeBron. All right. Congratulations to the Knicks. What the hell just happened?
I don't know. The Knicks without Brunson. Brunson's hurt. I don't know.
They showed, by the way, I don't want to always bring this back to the Mavericks. Mavericks had Jalen Brunson.
Yep.
Mavericks had Porzingis.
Oh, yeah.
Mavericks had Doncic.
Porzingis was a good move. He's always injured.
Reminds me of the Marlins. Imagine if Marlins would have kept their guys for the past 8 years or 10 years. Oh, my God.
Maybe they just couldn't manage him.
Yeah, and they wouldn't have been able to pay him either. Yeah. When they finally got their contracts, but they had everybody.
God, here we go. Giants sign Russell Wilson.
Why?
Because they have James Winston and Tom DeVito. That's why.
Why'd you pay that? Why'd you pay this guy $21 million? Why? For what?
I thought it was $2.1 million.
No, he can make up to $21 million or something.
Up to.
Yeah,
that's fine. But that's all incentive. I think his base is 2.1, right?
I don't know. I thought it was double digits. Just peek again. I thought it was double digits, and then I think it was like 14, and he can make 21, or 11, and he can make 21. Maybe you're right.
1 year, 10.5.
Yeah.
Oh, so
and he can make up to 21.
So that's where I got 2 points.
Yeah, I don't understand this. Where are you going, Giants? You winning something this year? Or I'm not sure. Why would you not rock out with Winston? Let Winston do his thing, lose your games, and I'll see you next year. I don't get it. I don't even understand why you picked up Wilson. I don't get it.
Yeah, I'd understand if they got Wilson or Winston and then got Sanders in the draft. That kind of makes sense. Have a rookie, try to build them up. But why get both of them? Now what?
Yeah. Why would anyone draft Sanders? The team that does this is the dumbest team that you can think of.
Sometimes you got to just throw some darts and hope you land on a good quarterback.
Apparently they're just... Okay. Question. Will the Giants have more quarterbacks or wins in 2025?
They'll have wins.
How many wins do the Giants have?
I'm going to give them 5.
They'll go 0-6 in the division.
Yeah.
They always lose to the Cowboys.
I'll give them 4 or 5. Only because their running back's a stud, their wide receiver's a stud.
Who the hell's their running back?
Is whatchamacallit?
Saquon's gone, bro.
No, their new dude's nasty. I had him last year in fantasy.
Tracy, is it?
Yep, Tracy.
Yeah, okay.
Tracy's nasty. He's the dude.
I think they're gonna follow the Cowboys model and be just as good enough to not get the first pick of the draft. You know what I mean?
Is that 4 wins? Is that?
I think it's gonna go 6, 5-6 wins. Not make the playoffs, but they don't get a good draft pick. It's gonna be that middle. Because they got a good team, and if they get a good position player in the draft, because they've pick number 2, right? so they can get a good position player. And
I don't know. They have a top 5 pick.
I mean,
I know they're in the top few.
Russell Wilson is decent, better than Daniel Jones by a mile.
But why do you want to blow that money? I don't get it. You got Winston. Let Winston rock out. You're not winning anything this year. You know what I mean? Let Winston do his thing. DeVito's your backup. Now move on.
I like getting Winston and then Shedeur Sanders just for the hell of it.
You guys want to rethink this one? They got to play the entire NFC East, 6 games. They got to play the AFC West, Chiefs, Broncos. I mean, they might beat the Raiders.
Ooh, scroll down somewhere.
And Chargers.
Oh, that's a rough
They got to
schedule.
beat the NFC North.
Go down where?
Oh, wow.
San
Holy
Francisco.
shnikes.
No way. I mean, San Fran's
they
falling apart.
may win 2 games. Holy.
So let me ask you again.
Okay.
More?
Yeah, they
more
could not
wins
win
than
a game.
quarterbacks. Yeah.
That's very possible they don't win a game.
Yeah.
Holy that's not their schedule.
Yeah. They don't know the order yet because it hasn't released, but these are the teams that we play.
So they probably could beat the Patriots
And the Raiders.
and maybe they got
And maybe
Saints
the
on
Saints.
there. Yeah.
They could go on a 3-game win streak. No, it's not that
Holy
order.
I mean, they're gonna steal a game you don't expect them to. That always happens.
Man.
San
Against
Francisco probably.
Possibly a resting NFC East leading Redskin team.
So in that case,
If it was the last week.
I'll give them 4
No, that
wins.
schedule is
That's a
brutal.
tough schedule.
I'm going with 1 win. They're gonna either beat
Raiders.
Raiders or Saints. That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
And,
Holy shit.
and if the
Patriots
final
are kinda
week of the
looking good.
season, if they happen to play whoever's leading the NFC East, they might play their backups. Right? So
Oh my god. Hey, they got the Bears. Bears might not have it together.
Yeah.
But also the Raiders have Geno Smith now.
That's why.
That's yeah.
It's quite possible they don't win a game.
Yeah.
Very possible. And the Saints one is at home, so we know about that with Derek. Give him the speech. Give him the speech about the Superdome.
About Hurricane Katrina?
yeah.
Yeah. Please do not watch
Giants
our
will come in
episode from
pumped.
last week.
Darren needs to Skype him or whatever and give him that speech, and they'll come in pumped up.
Yeah. Please. Did you listen back to it? I know your asses didn't listen back to it. I listened back to it after. I'm like, there's no way it was as bad as I was thinking. And it was. It was worse.
And we got more people
he
coming
goes-
back this week.
The bracket last week, we go, which one do you take? And he goes, I take the Saints Colts. And we're like, why? He's like, well, Hurricane Katrina or something. And then Dave's like, oh, that was beautiful.
Yeah.
And then we go around again and he goes, Drew Brees got a ring. Our analysis, timeout. Our analysis on Super Bowl 41 or whatever it was involved zero about the game.
That's why
Zero
we need
information about the game itself.
That's why we need to be on video, because if we were on video, we would have gained followers seeing Dare's emotion. I'm telling you right now. They would have seen that pain felt in his heart, and they would have just.
But they couldn't hear it.
Yeah,
you couldn't hear it.
You couldn't hear it because he was back away from the mic. I could see it. I could feel it.
He wasn't backed away from the mic because we could hear him.
In our defense, you sprung this on us. I don't remember Super Bowl 25.
Super Bowl 25?
Yeah, I don't know. Bills and whatever you said.
The ones that you knocked off with the Saints were Eagles, Patriots, Steelers, Cardinals, which was literally one of the greatest games of all time. Giants, Patriots.
You can't count the other ones because we only did it twice.
Thank you. Yeah, you cleaned house with the rest.
Yeah, we only did twice.
Yeah,
because it was like the worst radio.
Yeah,
you could
Steelers should have won. Steelers was what I was going to pick until Dare switched me. He didn't. He brought me to his side.
No, he did not. Listen back to it, and please, out there, do not listen to that episode. It's so bad. Oh, wait, I almost wanted to skip this.
Yeah, no, you don't want to skip this one.
Okay. Shedeur Sanders. What does that mean? What's the meaning behind that word?
I don't even.
I think it's short for something.
Oh, what is
Shedurius?
it? Surprised there aren't any apostrophes. Okay. Draft stock is falling due to the color of his skin, says cross-eyed CTE victim Ryan Clark.
This dude is an absolute idiot.
Yeah.
Can you tell me who is the projected first-round pick of this year's draft? going to the Tennessee Titans.
Number one pick.
Yes.
Is it a white guy?
There's 3 options, and they're all black.
Okay. And one of them is Cam Ward, who was a quarterback, correct? Can anybody tell me who the first pick of the draft last year was?
I think it's
Dan's favorite quarterback.
Caleb?
Oh, well, actually, the top 2 picks were black dudes.
Yeah.
Black quarterbacks.
Okay, let's rewind that even more. Can somebody tell me who the first pick of the draft the year before that was? For the Carolina
CJ
Panthers.
Stroud and
Bryce Young.
the little guy, yeah. Little baby.
Come on, man. Your argument has no merit. Stop doing this. This new day and age of how these people think is just ridiculous. It's insane. It's crazy. Yeah. It's insane to me.
Yeah.
This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
The top quarterbacks in the NFL are black guys.
Yeah. Lamar, right off the bat. Mahomes is Mahomes kind of. He's like,
that's like saying Blake Griffin
hybrid.
Come on.
But yeah, this is absolutely ridiculous. 100% ridiculous. Nobody wants you because you're a scumbag. I can already see it on your face. You're a scumbag. The little, we already talked about the little, can I say midget again?
No.
Okay, the little small guy that was with him,
Dwarf?
Being a punk, running on the field, wanting to fight somebody at the end of the game. Come on, man. You can already tell you're a punk. Your dad was a punk. Your dad had skills, though. Your dad was nasty in both sports, but you're a punk. I can already see it on your face. And you better be nasty. I hope he does go to the Giants. Stay there and rot for the next 4 or 5 years.
Probably going to Cleveland.
That'd be even better.
Perfect.
Ridiculous. So absolutely ridiculous.
But the thing is that people like this, Ryan Clark particularly, are always harping. It's not just this. Tomorrow it'll be different race thing. The next day will be a different race thing. It's Ryan Clark. The dude's eyes are looking 2 different ways to begin with. So like he doesn't really know. When he's looking at his page, he thinks that Shedeur Sanders fell to the 5th round because his eyes are so damn crooked. But ESPN's the other problem.
But it'd be different.
This is what ESPN does.
It'd be different if you didn't have another black quarterback drafted in the previous couple years. You know what I mean? And this year, Cam Ward is projected to go number 1, who is of African-American descent, going to the Tennessee Titans. I don't get where you even got this from.
If I'm the Titans, I'm not doing that either.
This statement is so ridiculous. I think they just put it out there to get you to react.
Yeah.
I don't think this is.
That's what ESPN does.
Yeah, they just want you to get mad about something. So I say we pay this on never mind. Keep moving. It's obvious what it is.
But if it's me, this quarterback class is weak.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah.
And if you're Titans, why are you getting another quarterback anyways?
Stupid.
You're not there. Let Levis
Will Levis
do his
is getting
thing.
killed. Draft a goddamn lineman. Here's what I do though. If I'm the Titans, is I see if somebody wants Abdul Carter, who's the top defensive end.
Yeah.
What is he? Is he Abdul Carter? Is he a white guy?
Nope.
Oh, I see.
Nope.
Is that Abdul Carter?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I can picture a skinny dude with glasses and comb over hair.
Every time I hear the word Abdul, I think of the ET ride that from Dare back in the day. You don't remember that?
Abdul.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember that.
When we were the ET ride, you could give him your name and it would say it, and Dare told the woman his name was Abdul. He was like 9. Anyways, but if it's me and I'm the Titans, does one player change that disaster of a team? You trade the hell back. What are you doing?
You're going to be top 3-4 pick next year anyway. So get your lineman, get a number 1 receiver, get some defense, get something.
You need to build that interior, and then maybe 2 years from now you can look at the Manning from Texas.
Cam Ward better be Montana, Marino, Brady.
Yes.
He better be somebody like that. Otherwise, you definitely pass.
And what they think is Carter is the next Mike Parsons, or
you gotta get him 100%.
Like that. Yeah, when you have a potentially franchise changing player, you don't just. I don't know. Will Levis had a horrible season, but is he the reason the Titans were bad? No. Is he one of the reasons? Sure. But the dude, he was running for his life.
Yeah, he didn't get a second.
And you have no true number 1 either.
Well, Calvin
Ridley's washed. So I mean,
I think he's always been a 2.
Yeah.
And Treylon Burks that they got AJ Brown. They traded for AJ Brown.
That's freaking sick.
What a franchise the Titans are. At least You get to live in Nashville.
True.
Pretty decent, right?
Yeah, not
That's
bad.
nice.
Besides all the gunfire, not bad.
No, Nashville's good.
Yeah. I think there was just some.
Oh, you're saying if Shador Sanders is drafted?
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Fire. Is that what you're saying? Be Titans fans blowing their brains out. So Aaron Rodgers. Oh,
bright light.
There's breaking the studio here. Pop that window open while you're over there.
Jesus.
Holy fuck, it's hot, right?
Right.
All right. Aaron Rodgers' future up in the air. Is that Keyshawn Johnson?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Hey.
So, what are his 3 options? Steelers, retirement.
Yeah.
There is rumor that Kirk Cousins will be traded to the Steelers. So,
Yeah, I don't know why this guy plays these games year after year after year after year. Either you're playing or you're not, dude. You're one of my favorite quarterbacks from my team. I just can't stand the way he handles himself. I can't stand it.
He went and met with the Steelers, and they had a meeting for like 6 hours.
Yeah, and
then
nothing.
No signing
Nothing.
or nothing.
Getting old, dude. They ain't gonna keep following you around and chasing you.
They did give him a deadline. I think it's mid-April or something, but
Whatever that
playing?
date is they gave him, I guarantee it's that morning he calls them.
yeah.
They'll be like, "Oh, we'll give you April 14th at 9:00." He'll call him at 8:59.
another odd thing with this is the Vikings were giving him crap because he said he wanted to start. What the hell do you think he wants to do?
Yeah,
He's got a year or 2 left. You think he wants to just come in and chill?
yeah.
Like, if you don't think JJ McCarthy's ready, then the Vikings should be on this, because that would be
I think they just said he had a knee procedure, didn't they? McCarthy did.
another one.
I'm pretty sure he's just getting over. Maybe he's just getting over his knee procedure.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell he actually had done.
Well, he tear his ACL
I don't know.
back in the day, back last year. What does Aaron Rodgers do? As our resident Aaron Rodgers fan here,
Retire. Be done.
you think?
Yeah, be done. He's not gonna.
He wants
gonna,
to play.
He's gonna play for Pittsburgh.
I think Pitt's the only option at this point.
Yeah, because
Where else
he
you
wanted to go to Minnesota. He definitely wanted in Minnesota.
San Francisco, Purdy gets greedy.
Yeah.
They're going to pay Purdy.
Can't pay him.
They're going to
Can't
pay him 55.
50s. You can't.
Yeah,
You
55.
can't.
That would be.
They probably will.
The cap went up.
But
The
you
cap goes up,
can't.
so
Even
55 is kind of like 40-ish, 45-ish.
He's like
He should be getting 30.
He's like a Jimmy Garoppolo.
They paid him high too.
I know. And now he's back up. He played in 3 years?
Now he just smiles on the sideline.
Yeah.
Is there anything else they can do with Rodgers? Is there any other team that could even?
Giants wanted him. He said, "I ain't doing that."
He wants to compete though, so not really. You know what I mean? He don't want to go to a scrub team.
No, hell no. There ain't no damn way in this world I'd be staying in New Jersey.
Yeah, besides Minnesota and Pittsburgh, I don't see anywhere else.
That is a tough division, though. Going to the Steelers,
Yeah.
and be getting his ass whooped.
Yeah, because then you think like Titans, he'll get killed. He'll literally die. I don't know. Here's another one. It's trying to get us screwed over here. Stephon Diggs signs a 3-year, $69 million contract, so 23 per. Good, bad, ugly.
I think it's probably good for the Patriots, but for Diggs, he's going to be mad. Game 1.
Yeah. But really, paying a dude 23 after a knee injury, and I mean, I guess he was good before he got hurt.
Keep going.
I don't know. I just think they could have went somewhere else for who's their number one? Still that the hell's his name? Who's Patriots one?
I don't know.
Can't think of his
Diggs.
name. He's been there a couple years. Can't think of his.
Kendrick Bourne, one of the receivers. I don't think that's.
So 23 mil, he'll be making the same as Calvin Ridley, 200,000 less than Terry McLaurin, and a bit more than Devontae Adams. Is that a fair price for this guy?
Yeah, I guess
It's not
that's
terrible, I guess.
Not bad. I thought it was going to be higher than that, but yeah, it's
After
not
when he
bad.
tear his ACL,
Yeah,
is he still going to have
yeah.
that quickness? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not even about his skill. He's more of a headache than he even than anyone needs him to be. Why when you guys were like, oh yeah, it's gonna work for Texans. I know he tore out his knee, but what is he gonna It's not. He's just a problem. The Texans were not the same team, were they?
No. And now they're gonna have Drake May forcing the ball to him.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, because they don't have I was gonna say they don't have the coach or the confidence, but they got Vrabel now. Maybe Vrabel will keep him in check, because Belichick used to do that with Josh Gordon.
Yeah. Wasn't Moss a problem for a minute?
Yeah. And maybe that confidence in the coach will, because the quarterback's too young to be like, all right, this is my stuff. I don't know. But I don't. The Patriots are going to be what? They might be. No, they'll be third in that division, above the Jets, below the Dolphins and Bills. All right, cash or trash time. Done. It's almost that time. Cash or trash. The Dallas Mavericks should sit Anthony Davis the rest of the season.
100%. Oops, sorry. 100% cash. One, he's made out of glass. Keep him healthy for a little bit, and try to get a better pick. Absolutely.
I'm going to say this is trash. What a way to screw your fans than to have Anthony Davis sit the rest of the season. I'm paying for the tickets. Can I see Anthony Davis at least? I can't see Luka. I can't see Kyrie.
The Dallas Mavericks hate their fans.
I guess.
So
what a way to...
But the dude that's made like a chandelier, what are you keeping him in for? You know what I mean? Now he tears something, he's gone next year too.
I mean, you could say that anytime.
Yeah.
This is cash that they should, but it's trash that they will, because you make a little bit more money if you make the playoffs on extra tickets, so they're still on the cusp of that outside. They should. I mean, I don't care either way. Is it weird that I go back and look and make sure they're losing? I peek in on them, like a serial killer returning to the scene of the crime to make sure, nobody's onto me, Like, oh, good, they lost by 30 today. I don't care. Screw the Mavericks.
You'll like them once they're back together. Kyrie and Anthony Davis, they'll be good.
Oh yeah, I was watching them as soon as they traded Luka. I'm like, yeah, man, Anthony Davis, legend.
Have some faith.
No, I'm done with him. All right. In the spirit of George Foreman, not of his passing, but of his life in general, we wanted to talk a little bit about the greatest sports broadcasting calls of all time. And Darryl, we'll start with you. The down goes Frazier call from the Foreman-Frazier fight is the greatest call in sports history. All sports, not just boxing.
All sports. I'm going to say this is cash. It's got that old-timey vibe to it. It's just, and Frazier gets up like 5 times. It's kind of funny. Oh, wait. Nope, he's down. Nope, ref's calling it. Wait, nope. He's there. Foreman is just hammering him every time he comes up. Yeah, it was a great call. Classic. Historic. Yeah, I like that one. I'm going cash.
Yeah, I got to agree. I'm going to say this is cash as well. I mean, this is still a phrase that everybody uses for everything, even not related to sports. Somebody trips over something and falls down. You'd be like, oh, down goes Frazier. Yeah, I mean, it's like Dare said, this is classic. I can go with that. There's more.
You have an honorable mention, we'll say?
No, because you threw this on me at the last minute. So I like the how about that. Who was the how about that guy?
How about that?
How about that? Yeah, think. And then Berman. I mean, Berman's not a specific call, but the way he announced, you know what I mean? He was
highlights.
Yeah, he had a lot of them that were good. Yeah. And then you're one, not to cut you out, but you're one from the timing of the one from this year. What game was it we were watching? He passed in the middle of the field and he was like, oh, he's gone.
Yeah.
The perfect timing of the call.
That was Bo Nix.
Yeah. The call on the field with matching on the field, he had perfect timing. But yeah, we'll give it to Frazier.
So when I think of best calls of all time, I think of he's got running away from the cop speed.
Oh God.
From Gus Johnson. I think of second string quarterback turns first choice receiver, the Australian broadcast of the Philly Special. Can't forget that one. But the call of the Saints game when they played the Colts, and they were talking about Hurricane Katrina, that was like so touching that I couldn't even. What, you don't feel my emotions?
I'm listening. I'm getting locked in.
You're not even getting like teary-eyed or anything? Mm-hmm. But the thing that I like about that call, the Foreman Frazier one, is the genuineness of it. Because like back in the day when they would do sports broadcasting calls, they weren't doing it to go viral or to make a cool call or anything. The announcer was in. He was locked in. And his excitement translated from the guy being at the desk being in love with what he's watching, translated to the viewer, and it lives on forever. But the one that I do love from baseball, so I'll say trash just to throw other stuff in, is the "We will see you tomorrow night," the Jack Buck walk-off home run. Yeah, Joe Buck's dad was a great announcer. See if it's even on here, but I don't believe what I just saw. Jack Buck, another fantastic one. Havlicek stole the ball. It's a classic. Hands on the field. Okay, these are some good ones. Yeah, but I would say that one because it was just it's like the game's on the line. This could be the end of the season, the end of the World Series. Walk-off home run. We'll see you tomorrow night.
Yeah.
It's a much better call than I gave it credit right there, but yeah. Stop. So last but not least, Brian Scalabrine. What kind of name is Brian? No. So he says that he is closer to LeBron James in skill level than the average person is to Brian Scalabrine's skill level. Dave, cash or trash to that quote?
Average, like, ball player, we'll say. Not just like your mom or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Your mom, motherfucker. No.
This is tough because, I mean... Are you talking? I mean, the size is the only thing that has him. I mean, this dude.
We got to think about prime because this dude's in his 50s and
he's still only averaged like fucking less than 5 points over his career.
Yeah,
a game. I mean, he was that good extra dude that'd get you some dirty minutes and rip down some boards. I'm gonna say that this is trash. I mean, you're talking about I can't believe I'm saying this because I can't stand this dude, but got a guy with 50,000 points. He leads the league in 100,000 categories. I mean, definitely in flops, but yeah, I'm gonna say this is trash if you're dealing with athletes. You know what I mean? If Scalabrine is saying the average athlete, not saying like a D3 or D anything like that, but the average person that actually balls, not like these three people counting Ma sitting downstairs. You know what I mean? Are you counting like the average 25-year-old that actually plays basketball daily?
Oh, I thought he just meant.
Or you just meaning a dude walking down the street with loafers on and a vest? I mean, if that's true, then
if we're counting like,
I was thinking average ball
just
player.
People who ball.
Yeah,
it's tough. I mean, I'm still gonna say it's trash. I don't like LeBron whatsoever, but I'm gonna say he's way far out of this dude's league.
I would say this is cash. If Scalabrine said, I'm closer to Jordan than I am to the average person, I would say that's cash or trash. But since it's LeBron, it's cash. Yeah. Sorry ass bitch.
Yep. The flop.
So this is obviously cash. He was in the same league as LeBron. Like, average person won't even touch the G League. Not even D1 ball, nothing. So this is obviously cash for that reason.
LeBron James' scrub son would bang me at basketball.
Yeah.
So
it's just, he was a dirty player. I mean, we saw the one-on-one that you were telling against who?
The Messiah.
Oh, yeah.
Messiah actually handles some dudes. I know we talked about this, but he actually can handle some dudes.
Did the Messiah give himself that nickname?
I'm not sure.
Because if he did, then that's a
I'm not
trash.
sure.
I don't
nickname.
think
He
did.
probably
I wouldn't
whispered
think
it to somebody, and they were like,
Yeah.
"Yo, Messiah's over there playing."
He's like, listen, Jeff, call me Messiah. It'll catch on.
Yeah.
His real name's like Mike or something.
Abdul.
Yeah, Abdul. Abdul the Butcher. All right. Anyways, of course. But if we're talking average, if all
any day
humans
person
in the world
yes.
count, then no. How about the average 25-year-old male?
That's what I was thinking. It actually is an athlete.
No. Average. If you took all the 25-year-old males in the country and you averaged out their skill, would this be?
Yeah, that's probably because I mean I think LeBron's way away from him, but
Not really, though.
yeah, only because of his points. I don't like him whatsoever.
So I think I'm closer to LeBron than the average person. Like I'd ball any, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm closer to Lebron
Then,
Not
yeah,
to the
like,
average 25-year-old.
average person. Period. I'm saying.
Oh,
so it
average
has,
person. Yeah.
it has to be the ballers.
Yeah,
Yeah, because if you're including grandmas and like toddlers and
that's
shit,
what I
like,
mean. But if you're talking 25-year-old athletes, I definitely.
I'm just saying 25-year-old males in general.
Yeah, I'm not even saying athletes that play somewhere. I'm just saying athletes, you know,
Yeah, this
even
is-
pick up or whatever like that.
I take my statement back. This is Cash because he said then anyone.
yeah.
Because-
So you're screwed. Yeah.
Exactly.
Are you closer to
Reese.
Angel Reese than Scalabrine is to LeBron James?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
But she's getting
I almost
hammered
knocked my mic over. Cash.
with her big bird ass. She's getting hammered.
If you
She comes to
slap the
hole.
wig on, you don't even have to shave your beard.
Yeah.
Could you average more points per game in the WNBA right now than Angel Reese?
Right now?
Yeah.
It'd be
No,
tough because you
I-
gotta
I
run.
couldn't because I'm
You
out
gotta-
of shape.
You got to run back and forth. Yeah, that'd be the toughest.
30 years old, I could.
Yeah.
30 years old, I guarantee I could.
Fair enough.
I was a double machine in our league.
All right, I think that'll do it for us. It was a much better ending than it was last week.
night?
So,
I don't know. Dude.
while these guys argue
Rebounds?
about stuff, I'm going to try and wrap
Every
this
game.
up.
Double night.
And rebounds. And
Double night.
and
Every night.
No rebounds.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
your double?
Every
Okay.
night.
Pass the fucking rock. Should be getting a triple double then.
I only had like 12 points, though. But I still pulling down my boards.
Game was like 20
And
minutes.
Den
long.
sat me.
Yeah.
And Den, if you're out there listening, I know you are. Why'd you sit me that day?
Yeah, you fucker or whatever. I don't know what the hell's happening.
You,
All right.
you jack. What is that guy's
You
name?
jackass.
No, that guy's last name that plays on the football player, the tight end, Jackoff or something.
Oh, Colson Yankoff.
Yankoff.